Happy Friday, everybody. What is going on? We are live here, hanging out on Black Friday. We are doing some shopping of our own kind. We are shopping for the best people around on the internet and on the offline world. I am honored to have a special guest today here with us. He is the number one personal coach on the internet, and he's world renowned for motivation and inspiration. And his name is Scott Bland. Not only is he a personal coach, yeah, everybody wave to Scott, but he is an amazing talent. He's got the voice of an angel, and
Archangel.
An archangel, and maybe we'll get a little sample of that today. But
no,
we mostly want to talk about something that we have here, about a company, and we both are involved, and we both have been through. You could say the ringer, through hell and back and through the dark waters. And, for me personally, it's always been a passion of mine to help others and sorry about my screen here. It keeps moving. It's always been a passion of mine to be able to help others, and not just help others, but help them or show them how to succeed in whatever they do. And for a long time now, for I'd say a good close to 9 years, for me, it's been hard to do that because I haven't found the right company to do it with. And I always thought I had the right company, but everything at some point will just fall apart. So, it's been just, I think, about 9 months, almost to the day, that my life has changed. And it's changed because there is finally a way to earn a lifetime of residual income. And I mean true residual income this time, not to where you have to bug people to stay on a monthly auto ship or have somebody pay monthly fees or even yearly fees for that matter. And so imagine yourself, and I'll let Scott, kind of elaborate on this here because Scott has an interesting story, and we all do, but interesting, specific to what we have going on here. And so, this is a different kind of animal, and it's an absolute refreshing, raw, kind of fresh feeling to this company. And you could actually be a rock star, a pop singer, an author, a one-hit wonder. You can be an actor, like in a movie. So you're actually earning a piece of royalties of the coolest, hottest new inventions, the newest singers, songwriters, but you're earning for helping support these people and getting them to, their end game, which is Target, Walmart, the top 10, box office hits, whatever it is, whatever we do, we'll be launching over 50 companies and people this coming year, 2017. So imagine yourself earning on every time, anywhere in the world that something like this sells. It's just unreal. So Scott, what's going on with you, man? Give us a little bit of your story and how you arrived at this point with us here.
I didn't think you were going to ever let me talk, Corey.
I was trying not to, but we'll go ahead and let you this time.
Well, I think it's important to kind of talk about, all of the mess when it comes to MLM, and we're not negating anybody that's in the MLM right now. There's some great companies out there, but I know for me personally, I was so tired of, going out and building this huge downline, and then the very next month, I have to go out and build this huge downline, and then the very next month, I have to go out and build this huge downline because everybody leaves and they don't want to take part in really building people. They don't want to take part in. Their focus is, I want the new Lamborghini, I want the new Ferrari, I want the new mansion, I want a new wardrobe, I want a huge bank account, I want a debt-free life. That's their mindset. And they're going, but they forget that I'm just looking for some average people that want really to change their life, but outside of their life to help other people. And so I was attracted when I first heard about Kula Brands. You know, I mean, you're my person that brought me in. I'm like, I don't want another. I'm done. I don't want another one. I mean, there was like literally burnout of all this, the next best thing, you know. I'm tired of hearing the next best thing. You know, we have something that nobody else has, you know. But then I was brought in and I realized, let me start looking into this because it's unlike anything I have ever been part of. Truly. I mean, it's a patent pending concept. Hello, business model, you know. And so I stepped into it, and for me, there isn't no looking back. When I heard, and I'm gonna shoot it back to you in a minute, Coy, but when I heard there is absolutely no building of downlines needed, there's no monthly fees, there's no auto ships, there's no sponsoring or recruiting needed. My mind said, because I'm a mindset coach, as you stated, okay, so if none of that is needed, why are you sharing it with me? You know, I'm going to shoot that back to you because that's a lot of people's mindset. You know, if we don't have to sponsor, if we don't have to recruit, and you're telling me I can still earn, why are you sharing it with me? You're recruiting me. You're sponsoring me.
Yeah, you know? That's a very valid question, and you know, there's a couple reasons why, and the main reason is because this whole concept is based on the power of a community. And so we could be bringing products out left and right, but what good is that going to do if we don't have an army of individuals doing small time actions at a collaborative level to achieve the success that the artist needs?
Coy, I'm gonna stop you, okay? Because working with people, when you are talking, I'm going to interrupt every so often just because of the thought process that is instilled by what it is that you're saying, right? So let's go back, and you said these products. So are you telling me this company does not have a product? We have several products? Because that's, you know, you're saying when we put out these products, what, we don't have an established product?
Sure. We have 3 so far, but yeah, our long-term goal is thousands of products. And when I say products, I mean actual companies. We're building actual companies. So it is a very unique side of that is that inventors and the creative minds, like I mentioned earlier, are coming to us with their ideas. So therefore, we take their ideas and we build and build and build them until they're a company, and then they're in the main marketplace.
So are you saying our product is somewhat like we don't have a set product right now because we are allowing all of these products to be introduced to us as a company, very similar to Shark Tank, right? Where those inventors bring something before the sharks, and the sharks say, well, we're for it, or we don't think we like it. And then if we decide we like it, then that is another product that's added to our basket?
Exactly. It's very similar to Shark Tank, to where we as a community, and the community really is actually the product of Kula Brands.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so we're the actual product because we are the ones that actually create, you know, obviously it's us and the inventor, and, you know, we better them, they better us, but we're all benefiting at the end. And so we are like Shark Tank in that we will evaluate a product. The product, the idea, the inventor goes through an application process, an interview process before we even get to see it. But then once we get to see that, we decide if it's going to be a viable product in the marketplace. And if it doesn't, it never makes it to the first phase of what we have here, which is a crowdfunding phase. But yeah, you're correct. It's like Shark Tank, except, as you know, sharks take a lot of percentage of equity in the inventor's company, which we take none. The inventor keeps 100% of their control of their company, which is very important to realize what we're doing here, and for the inventor, you know, to give us back a very, very small, between 5 and 8% of a reverse royalty, is unheard of, and that's why we are a patent pending concept.
Yeah, you had mentioned first phase crowdfunding. I just shared this with my mom. My mom, no clue what crowdfunding is.
Right.
What do you mean first phase? So let's break that down for the folks that are going to be watching
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
What's crowdfunding?
Yeah. Congratulations to your mom, by the way. My mother is also involved, and she's done a little crowdfunding. She never knew what that was before either. But and quite honestly, before I started with Cooler Brands, I wasn't, I've heard of it here and there, but I wasn't familiar with it. It's a fairly new term, and it's a fairly new concept, which has been around the last, 5 or 6 years. But basically, what it is, and somebody that has an idea or invention that needs help taking it past the idea stage, they'll bring it to a crowdfunding platform such as Kickstarter or Indiegogo or the likes, and people like the idea, they help fund it. They'll pledge a certain amount of money, and it's usually at a discount, and so they'll get it before anybody else in the market. So once a product or a song or a songwriter, as soon as they get funded, that money that they reach goes towards the production and furthering along the product or whatever they have up on their crowdfunding platform. So that basically, in a nutshell, is we're a reward-based crowdfunding, meaning you're pre-purchasing an idea or a concept or a product in pre-sale, and so once the product completes its goal, then you get the reward for helping fund that artist or product or inventor.
Yeah, I think it's kind of not adding or taking away, but a lot of times we use terminology that we have grown accustomed to understand. But you all, when Corey is talking about a platform, what that is there has been a business that actually came out and opened up a website, and that website is a platform where people can go and look at all kinds of inventions, all kinds of needs. I remember a couple years ago, my sister, she had a house fire. So it's not just for inventions or products or whatever, everything of that nature. My sister had a house fire, and I went to this website, and there's several out there, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, YouCaring, all different types of websites where people have allowed the community to come together if they have a need and put it onto their websites because other people are there looking at all of these needs, right? So I went to the website and set up a page, I guess, of my sister's need. She needed to reinstate herself back into the world because she lost everything in her house fire. So now everybody has the ability to come read my synopsis or, scenario of what's happening. And then they have the ability within their own consciousness or their own thought process, like, wow, I would love to help crowd fund this need. And so that's really the business model that we have, is we are allowing inventors or artists or authors or whatever, they have a need because they don't have the funding, or maybe they do and they just don't want to put out thousands of dollars. So now they bring it to us as a community. In our back office, we do what's called a pre-pledge. And that's what Corey was just kind of talking there, to where we like it or we don't like it. The pre-pledge is, I'm going to give this certain amount, and yeah, I'll help or I won't help. And all of our people within this community, this business model, we agree or we don't agree. If we agree, then we put it out to the world. And now the world can come and look at it. And from there, Corey, that's the first phase. What's the second phase? Yeah,
and also, Scott, it's important to realize that most ideas never become into fruition because they stay ideas because of the fact that they can't get funded. And that's the number one reason why inventors, their childhood dreams of coming out with a product or an invention always stays as a dream or an idea. What we do in that first phase of crowdfunding, we guarantee that they get funded. And we guarantee that, the over 3 million people on Kickstarter will see the momentum and feel the momentum of their product. And, our first product, Zip & Store, the goal was $20,000 on Kickstarter, and it ended up doing 152,000 and change. And so that's absolutely incredible. So that process will lead us into the next phase, which is called the sales pool. And the sales pool is what a product, the sales or what the product needs when a Costco or a Walmart or a big retail store is looking at them. They want to see, have they had any sales? Is this thing doing what it says it's doing, and are people attracted to it? And so, again, if you'll watch an episode of Shark Tank, one of the big questions that the sharks always ask is, do you have any sales? And if they get laughed at, or they get turned down, because of that very reason, they don't have any sales. And we call it gap selling, which is the sales that happen in between the time that it comes to manufacturing and it goes to the public until the time that a big retailer store picks them up. So the sales in between are very important. And that's why we have a community for phase 2, which is the second crucial part of 3 crucial parts of this whole patent pending process. So when we say sales pool, we talk about our community getting out there and socially selling online or offline for these products.
Yeah, and then too, once it goes, because where I was when I first joined, I was kind of confused of our business model, Kickstarter, Indiegogo, all of these other things, which that is a supplement to help what we are establishing. We put it out there on this crowdfunding platform to go viral. Now, I think kind of what's neat is, since we are a community of like minds, once it goes live onto these worldwide crowdfunding program platforms, we are the first to actually pledge, which means we are buying the first product. So that's another additive of our community, is because now we can go and buy the first product of an inventor. We can buy the first book of an author. We can buy the first CD of an artist. And so that's the start of the product expansion, correct?
That's absolutely correct. That is the initial stage, and definitely one of the awesome benefits. I helped fund an artist a couple months ago over on Kickstarter, and she needed the money to actually get into the recording studio. And so once they hit the goal, they sent me out a letter that said, thanks for your contribution. We're now going into the recording studio. And once that's recorded, I'm going to get a CD signed by the artist, and it's just a really cool bonus for being active and helping support inventors and creative minds like that. So yeah, once we blast, and this whole thing works on the concept of momentum and leveraging and collaboration. And so that brought me to an interesting point, Scott, and a very exciting point, because in the past, we're not knocking MLMs. We understand that it's an absolutely fabulous way to make a living, and MLMs bring great products to whereas it's a different kind of distribution model. But when you look back and you base kind of how they work, they kind of, I'm not going to get into all that right now, but what the point I'm trying to make is, this is a whole new model, and it's, we like to call it collaboration marketing, whereas before it was relationship marketing or network marketing. The best way, and Jeff Hoffman of Priceline.com, who's our spokesman, said this best too, that when you collaborate with others, it is the most efficient way to run a successful business. If he was quoted saying that if he had Cooler Brands back when he started Priceline, or a couple other of his companies, how much easier and faster things would have been for him, and he wishes he could have had Cooler Brands back then. And just for that reason, it's collaboration marketing. And so the third phase that we roll into with this momentum is the crowdfunding, then to the sales, and then we join efforts on a social media kind of explosion, which is the marketing and branding pool. And the awesome thing about this is that, I mean, who isn't on Facebook these days? Who isn't on social media, clicking, liking, following, commenting, and whether you like it or not, you're supporting a product every day, and you're not getting paid for it, and Facebook is getting paid for it, or any of these, you know, oh, I just tried that shampoo. Oh, sorry, Scott, you don't. I just tried that shampoo and I loved it. And, you know, I'm going to go tell somebody else, hey, man, you got to try this shampoo. It's organic, it's natural, it tingles the head, you know, whatever. But the point is that company, for me doing that, I am giving them advertising for free on a free social network. So now, go ahead, Scott.
No, I'm going to interrupt there. And it's not even, people do it all the time right now. You know, when we go to a restaurant, we'll leave the restaurant, we will get on Facebook, we'll take a picture, first of all, before we leave the restaurant of the food that we bought. Then we will put it on Facebook and say, oh my gosh, you need to go to this new restaurant or this restaurant that's been around for years. They have this special. We put it on Facebook. We get all these likes, people asking how much was it, da, 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 da. That's really the ease of the third phase, which is branding and marketing. You know, we're simply taking the products that we've been introduced to, we've helped fund, we've brought it to market. Now we've went and pledged on it. So now we have the first product. So we've helped with the sales. Now all we're doing is going back and sharing, you know, what it is that we're being helped with, like the Zippin store. I am a meat freak. I kind of have some OCD going on with me. And I have everything in Ziploc bags. I will literally take crackers out of the box and put them in a Ziploc bag and portion them out so I don't eat the whole box. That's how kind of whatever. Or maybe, you know, someone does arts and crafts and they want a baggie to put their safety pins or their beads or whatever. Our first product was where we're able to, it's a storage for zip and lock bags. I mean, it was an ingenious type deal. Yeah. So now I'm going online and I'm saying, look at this. You all have to see this because it's helping me. And if you're anything like me, it could help you. So that's kind of what the branding and, you know, the marketing pool is all about.
Exactly. And you know, the Zippin store, it ships out. And so we'll physically have this product in just about a little over 2 weeks. And that's, you know, so that's when the social, the marketing and branding comes about, the pool comes about is, you know, Scott and I are going to literally have the Zippin store right here in our hands, physical, tangible product. And yeah, just like the water bottle. And what happens once you're pulling out that drawer with all your cheese and meat hanging on that Zippin store, what are you naturally going to do? You're going to take pictures, a video, you're going to put it on social media. So we have a unique software designed for marketing and branding, whereas you go in, you leave a comment, you post a picture on Facebook or Twitter, and you say, hey, check this out. You know, our Zippin store already went viral on Facebook the first week it was out. It's so from that date on, it's had over 30 million views, and people around the world are talking about it. We have over 14 countries ready to do, they're begging to distribute the Zippin store. So the power of social media is just absolutely mind-blowing. And for Scott to go on and click, I like the Zippin store, or he shares it to his Facebook and he gets a point for this, that point equals money in that pool, and that money, that point is permanent for life. So it's very important to know this very crucial aspect of the company and why we are different. Scott will get paid on that point that he posted about Zippin store for the life of the product. We're talking 30, 40, 50 years, however long Zippin store is selling, he will earn money every 3 months for that product. So he gets a reverse royalty payment, just like anybody else that gets royalty payments. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, LeBron James, whoever, alive or has passed away, they are still earning royalties and being a part of these incredible. We're going to have some billion-dollar home runs in this company. And like I said at the beginning, we're going to have over 50 this time next year. So the important thing to remember is you're involved with over 50 different companies who you're getting paid from over the next years of your life and then some, because you can will this down to your loved ones. Wow, I mean, what an incredible concept that you're getting paid for the same action that you took 20 years ago, 20 years later, you're still getting paid on that exact same action. I mean, that is, in my opinion, the best residual income on the planet. Hands down. Go ahead, Scott.
And I think it's important, back to the mentality of people. Like, I'm going to be getting paid from 50 different companies. Man, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of busyness. That's a lot of work. And it's all of those 50 companies are literally paying our company, and then our company is the one that sends us a check. So we're not, our mailbox, it's just not going to be
I wouldn't mind if it was full of checks.
I wouldn't mind, right.
I get a bigger mailbox.
There you go. Corey, let's go back, because what you just stated too is kind of crucial to our whole element of how we get paid. And let's talk about the point, and also the collaborative marketing that takes place. Because yes, I got a point, and my point, my point's not going to be much because I just shared it one, but the collaborative marketing allows my point value to increase. It's not like what we're used to, where it's me, myself, and I, and the 3 people that I brought in for the first month, and those 3 left, and I have to bring in more people for me to continue to earn. It is not like that. This is due to the collaborative marketing, the concept that we have, the value of each point that we do create, our one-time actions, it continues to build due to collaboratively everybody doing what they do. Can you kind of talk about that?
Absolutely. Anything that you do or anybody else in the company does increases the value of your paychecks. And by that, we mean previously in other companies, it's like Scott said, it's team for team for team. And whatever you do is helping your upline increase their check, because only, that is correct. And in this collaborative marketing business here with Cooler Brands, whether I do certain actions and I get points in the pool, somebody comes in, your check value will go up, because the more people that we have in, the more exposure we get around the world. And 2 points to this. The first one is these 3 pools aren't open forever for these 3 products. They do close, and that's the amount of points or people that will ever be in these pools. So once the pools close, and we'll use Zip and Store for example, Zip and Store is selling around the world next year. It hits another boom. It sells 20 million in a quarter. The value of our points, because of the efforts of the entire community, have skyrocketed. And each of those points that we all have in these pools, the value goes up. So next, the first payout could be $300 a point, $35 a point, whatever the value of that point is. The next quarter, let's say the sales go up 10 million. Each of those point values is going to go up. So if it was $35 this check, and it's $350 a point next check, if you see what I'm saying here, it's an absolute ingenious model of a collaborative effort. And the second thing that is beneficial to growing the community and increasing the point values is that we increase the enormity of projects that we can do. And so we have projects that need $1 million in funding before we can even, get them off the ground. And so with 1,700 people, you can't do that unless everybody throws in $1,000 to help get it started. But that's not realistic. So, the larger the community grows, the easier it is for us, and the more likely it is for us to fund a project. And so being a community, being a larger community, always benefits the entire community.
Yeah. Another thing, like I was sharing with someone today, and they came back and they said, well, I don't want to sell and I don't want to recruit. I'm just going to stay with the Forex, my investing in binary options and all this other stuff, which allowed me to know, first of all, they didn't watch the video, that explains everything. So people, you don't have to go out and explain all this on your own. We have videos, we have webinars, and really it's as easy. Like I gave my mom a link, because she's like, how am I supposed to remember this? And so I bought a domain name, gave her the link. So now she can just go share that when she's out talking to people like, hey, go to this. And that's really how easy it is. If you don't sell, that's okay, because collaboratively within our 1,700 people, or however many we have at this point, somebody's going to be able to help sell. And not only that, but once our products go into these department stores, the department stores are going to be selling off the shelves because people are just automatically going through those stores. So you might not be a seller. That's all right. You might not be somebody who can pledge into these different products. And when I say investment, it's a mindset, because I really am I'm being a blessing to these inventors. So, and I love it because I am able to take my money, whether I'm getting anything back or not. It's a principle and concept that I personally operate out of. I'm going to help another person bring their product and dream to life, because as I sow, I'm going to reap a harvest. It's a law, okay? So that's what I meant by that. But really, it's a pledge. We are pledging to help somebody else and to make their dream come alive. So if you're not able to pledge, that's okay. Can you, which you automatically do already, can you get on Facebook and say, wow, look at this product? That is going to get you points into that particular pool. And just kind of wrapping everything up, Corey, I think it's important that we can share that it is a one-time fee. There is no monthly. It's not multi-level marketing. It's not network marketing. There's no auto ship. There's no need to recruit or sponsor, really. Why are we doing this video, as I started from jump, is because we need an expansion of community so we can cover these multi-million-dollar products. And instead of, hey guys, we need each of you to give $5,000, it would be easier, hey guys, we need each of you to give $50, right? Because we have a larger expansion of a community now. You know, and so I think it's, you know, just kind of wrapping everything up, Corey, how do you, or where do you see us a year from now? And try to, my mindset, I know we have the next best thing, but all businesses, MLMs, network marketing, they all say, oh yeah, we're going to be here, we're going to be there, and just hold tight, and we're going to have you earning all of this, and money's going to be falling from the sky, and you're going to have a beautiful girl in a polka dot bikini standing beside a Lamborghini. Real reality. Where do you see this thing a year from now?
Yeah, first of all, those flashy, all hyped up kind of programs or companies, yeah, they never go anywhere. They are crash and burn kind of deal. So the several reasons, and I can say this to back up why I think we're going to be, you know, maybe not the first year, maybe not the first 2 or 3 years, but 5 years from now, we're going to be $1 billion company, and we're going to be a household name. And everything has to start with the roots and the foundation of your structure. And if it's solid and it's built right, it's going to last for a very long time. And Peter Gantner, the founder of Cooler Brands, he actually created this company to change lives around the world and change the industry at the same time. And so he is taking every step, and however long it takes, he is assuring that the community is the very first priority and importance of this entire company. And so when he says we're going to be doing over 50 products this time next year, and he's saying, and we're building these companies from the ground up, basically. And so when he came up with the concept of reverse royalties, like we explained this whole video, and the 3 crucial parts that make this company work and the inventor successful, there's no room for failure, because when Walmart or all these retail stores, Bed Bath and Beyond, and whatever it is, when they pick up these products, it's like Scott was saying, we're that little rocket ship that helps launch that rocket. And then once the rocket is up into the atmosphere, we let go. We're like, we got it there, and then we let go. And it's on its own now, but we are still earning earning over and over and over. This is the most important thing to remember. So when I see us in a year from now, I see us over 50 companies launched. Personally, I'll be involved with all 50 companies. But we'll have people joining every day, every month. And wherever you join at this company, it's not where if you didn't get in at a certain point, you missed out. What it is you come in and you begin your journey, your own company, whatever company we're on that we're launching at the time is where you will get in. And so wherever you start, you have this, not a chance, but a real opportunity here to create a real income. And if you are somebody, this opportunity, and it really it caters to anybody, from whether you're a shopper, you're great at sales, whether you're great at social media, or you're good at recruiting or promoting or sharing something great. We have something for everybody, and you can earn in any facet of those 4 ways that we have here. And so I don't see why you would not just join us right now. It's a $199 lifetime membership. We've even made it to where you can split that up into $20 a month over a 12-month period. And come January, we are going to be raising the price of membership, because as we go along, we're not going to need to keep our doors open. So at some point, to become a Cooler Brands member, it will we will close our doors at some point, because we'll be able to self-sustain. We won't need to keep bringing people in. And so the price will go up. So I urge you, if you are watching this, come see what we're all about. And I'm guilty of this too, but when somebody sends me a video, not another video, I don't want to watch another video. I've even had people say, I don't have time to watch a video in my life. But how did you learn the things that you've learned in your life? Or how did you, you read a book or you watch a video? I just changed the toilet out in my bathroom for the first time. I mean, I watched a video. I had to watch that video or I couldn't have done it. So take the time, watch the video. It's 35 minutes. And yeah. I can guarantee you one thing. If you pay attention and you get the concept and you join, this will change your life.
Yeah. Not adding, I always say not adding to or taking away from what Corey just said at all. You don't know what you don't know. And you don't know if you don't know it, So why are we doing this recording? We want people to know what it is that we are doing, and who we are looking for. All of our collaborative team is going to be sharing this video. So all we ask you is, when you are watching this video, get back with the person that shared this video with you. We are looking for motivated people. We are not looking for just people who are habitual or negative or traditional and expect money overnight, because that is not what this business model is. There's a great quote out there by Zig Ziglar, and it says, if you can dream it, you can achieve it, and you will have, or you will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what it is that they want. And really, that is what we are doing. So get back with the person that brought you to this video, or if you're watching it on Facebook or whatever, and ask them, hey, I want this webinar link, this 35 webinar link that Corey was just talking about. I'm going to take a look at it. And really, it's what we just shared in a more condensed way. We just wanted to kind of hang out and talk about it. This is a today thing. Corey's like, are we just going to wing it? And I'm like, yeah, we just going to wing it. Let's get on and talk about it. And because people are bearing witness to something. So hopefully you bore witness to what it is that we're saying. We're just average people collaboratively working together to have a better life, because we're not happy with what life is currently bringing our way. And you might be happy. I'm not. I will never be satisfied, because there will always be someone outside of what I have that can need help. I love being a bigger blessing to other people. And that is the reason why we need you. So I'm good, Corey.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's exactly why we're doing this today, is because we want to be blessings and we're excited. And I know Scott feels the same way. I haven't been this excited about any company. And the excitement hasn't gone away in 9 months. And you want something more in your life, and you're watching this to this point. We know you do want something more, and we have what you want, and we want to help you get there. So thanks for watching us get back with a person, like Scott said, and we are out.
Deuces.
Deuces down. See you guys. Have a blessed day.
Bye.